Well, hey there, YouTube. Where the hell you been? Well, it's that time, ladies and gents. And this time I actually wrote down some fucking notes so that I don't ramble. Trust me, I am self-aware of my own problems. It is 10:21 in the PM. And it's time for a security sweep of the property that I'm currently on. All right, so guess what I've spent my weekend doing? Generally laughing at people falling out of the sky because they ran out of fuel in Star Citizen. And I want to talk about a few things on that subject. Here's the thing. I don't laugh at people just for the sake of laughing at them. I generally laugh at people when they are making fun of their own situation. Other than that, I have been generally worried for those of you who prefer fighter craft over actual craft in Star Citizen. And before any of y'all get to bitching or moaning, I saw this coming. Okay, ever since I started playing Star Citizen, I saw what was coming down the road. Okay, I can see the vision. I don't know why you can't. However, I believe the majority of you can. First of all, let's talk about flight times. Okay? What I want you to do is I want you to Google search the average combat flight time or safe flight time of any combat aircraft, mainly fighters, especially those bound to a carrier. How much time do they actually spend off the carrier flying around fighting? Okay? I don't know the proper terminology. If you do, please comment. It's literally been long enough. My dad was in the Army. I was always interested in aircraft. And then one day, we were being, I don't remember where we were being flown to, but we were being flown via military aircraft. It was a refueling airplane. And we had to take time breathing from an oxygen mask, a military flight oxygen mask, just to make sure that we were all okay. If we started to look green around the gills, it was time to hit the oxygen mask because we were fairly high altitude. And the craft that we were on was a refueling ship. And I actually had the opportunity to witness a, I believe, now mind you, it's just been this long, an F-14 Tomcat, or was it an F-15 Tomcat? I don't remember, being refueled. And that's how I learned to be afraid of heights. Because the soldier who was refueling this aircraft was laying down on what, from my perspective, looked like a sheet of glass that he was just laying on, looking out of, refueling a craft. And that's how I learned how to be scared of heights, because I could see ground and clouds for miles and was like, no. Anyways, there is a reason why such crafts exist, because the flight time of a fighter craft like the F-14, F-15, whatever the hell it is, or any other sort of fighter class ship or plane, it's not going to have the same flight time as a bigger boat, okay? You should do one of two things. You should either go and look at the flight times of real-world fighter craft from a carrier into a combat situation, even simulated, and back again. Because I promise you, it's not going to be very long. Most of you are wondering why your fighters are like crashing, falling out of the sky. Some of you guys are funny, and that's mostly been the people I've been laughing at, because, I mean, there was this one, it was sad. This Starfarer Aquila had fallen out of the sky, was mostly intact, but was damaged. It was pretty dark color. I feel for that dude. Okay, it's a sad day when a constellation falls from the sky because it ran out of fuel. Those things are big, hefty beasts that are capable of carrying cargo. There's no reason they should ever run out of fuel. Well, within the appropriate parameters, but this whole fuel thing has people up in arms. My high suggestion is that you run an experiment. You get in your fighter craft with a buddy who can fly much farther than your fighter craft can. And you won't really know this other than their vehicle is bigger, so of course it has bigger fuel tanks. And you leave Olisar or Korea or someplace, and you just fly in a direction until your engine quits. And that is your maximum or unsafe flight time. Divide that by 2, and that is your safe flight time. The reason why divide by 2 is because the halfway point is considered to be the point of safe return. So literally, at the moment of takeoff, you start a stopwatch, and you fly until your engines quit, and you take that time and you divide it by 2. Me, I would round down. And that is your safe flight time. Or for, you know, a fighter, your combat flight time. Because you have to be able to fly to the combat situation, which means you would have to divide it by 3. Fly to the combat situation, fly during the combat situation, and fly back to refuel. Which is generally the reason why combat times are so small. I wouldn't believe that they would be over 30 minutes in general flight time, and that's underneath the halfway mark. So maybe 45 minutes being the max flight mark for a safe return to someplace where you can refuel, and you have to take that into consideration. Now, hopefully, on our ships, we will have this nice fuel gauge that is clearly visible, because right now, most of the equipment on a ship isn't really, well, most of the readouts on a ship really isn't completely visible. And so measuring flight times may be a little bit of a bear, but it is something that has to happen. Number 2. Let's see what it says. Quantum drives on fighters. There's no reason there should be one. And a lot of you are going to argue with me with that, and I look forward to the arguments. So long as you're adults about it, I won't block you. So here's the thing. So a quantum drive and quantum fuel take up space. That space would be better relegated towards more ammunition and more fuel for a greater flight time and safe return. And for me, this makes having a fighter a greater prospect, because I've never been interested in fighters in Star Citizen because of the way they drift. My first and last experience in a Hornet is going after a bad guy, pulling a turn, and the tail end fishtailing out so bad I ran into an asteroid and was done. If it's gonna fishtail like that, I literally have no interest. But, you know, it's alpha, it's a fighter, there are gonna be some things, and really, running out of fuel does not surprise me. I saw this coming. And you need to make the appropriate preparations and start timing your flights until you become a little bit more accustomed to things. It should take a day or two at best. What's next? Yes, the Starfarer. A lot of people are pissed because bigger ships aren't going to need Starfarers. Starfarers are combat vessels intended to help refuel, kind of like a C-130, or a similarly appropriate vehicle. You're not really intended to be the captain of the Enterprise on that ship, though I am very disappointed that on some of the larger ships there are no bridges, like a captain's chair, a pilot, a co-pilot, and other stations behind you, like there is on the Starfarer. I find that very appropriate, and I don't know why there's not that on other big ships, like, for instance, the Constellation. The Constellation should have an appropriate bridge, as opposed to a pilot seat and 2 other seats next. It doesn't make sense. Though I don't like the way any ship is really arranged in Star Citizen. There is not an appropriate balance, but that is a whole other video. So for those of you who have Starfarers who think that you've been opted out and that you should liquidate your Starfarer, don't. If you have a Starfarer Gemini, maybe. But if you have a Starfarer Standard, don't. Because you're going to have a lot more work than you think. First of all, if you're in the area, somebody ought to be able to communicate with you, hey, I'm running out of fuel, would you refuel me? And if you're in a military group, there should be the same situation. So I would not liquidate those. I would hang on to them for all that you can, and compromise elsewhere, because those ships are going to make a lot of money. And I'm honestly starting to think maybe I should invest in a Starfarer, though I'm looking very much forward to the Carrack, so maybe not. What's next? Ah, yes. Eject, eject, eject. Okay, one of my least favorite videos is a guy is sitting in a Reliant, a MISC Reliant, and his engine's cut out. You are in one of the easiest to escape ships there are in the game. Literally, you can pick up people, they can't interface with you in the cockpit. You can pick them up and they'll be inside but blocked. So, and it's easiest to escape. Like a handful of other ships are like this. You should practice an ejection protocol. It should be part of your self-training. You should be parked there at Olisar. You should get in your cockpit and you should go, okay, I'm out of fuel, to yourself, not to everybody else. And you should follow the appropriate ejection protocol. Whatever is the fastest methodology to get out of your ship, get out of your ship. Okay? If you can eject, pull that shit and get the fuck out. Okay? I can't tell you how many videos I've seen where the first thing that happens is engines are off. What? Guys, get out of the boat. Okay? Because you've got a 50-50 chance of just blowing the fuck up. Okay? There you are. You got all this cargo. Engines are off. Get out of the ship. Okay? With the exemption of a handful of ships, you should be able to just hop the fuck out and have no problems. And it would be better to either EVA or to hope you don't die on impact, or pump yourself full of stems and hope that you don't die when you land, than to go down with the ship. And I know, I feel you when you're gonna say a captain should go down with his ship. Bullshit! Get the fuck out! Okay, unless you're on a Carrack, then I understand. Or a Starfarer, then I understand. Or a Constellation, then I understand. Or on a Caterpillar, then I understand. Getting out of a Caterpillar is a pain in the ass in the first place. And I don't really think there's any ejection protocol. Rescue, boys. Okay. So, You guys who are fixing to get into the search and rescue ships, let's be clear. You guys are going to be the knights in shining armor, or the douchebags in red, depending, when your ambulance shows the fuck up. Literally speaking, your escape protocol should follow this method. Engines are off. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Is that set your beacon? Mayday, 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 going down. And you should have this to where you could copy and print, or that it's just already set up, just not activated. Mayday, 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 going down, out of fuel, about to crash, ejecting now. And get the fuck out of your ship. Do not waste any time, because literally you have 30 seconds to 1 minute to get out of your ship. I've timed it. That's about what you have before you crash, is 30 seconds to 1 minute. And I've timed it watching other people's videos. Now, bigger ships, you have a little bit more of a chance, and I've seen quite a few videos where people got lucky and their ship did not blow up. But this is the protocol. Mayday, 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 going down, send up beacon, get the fuck out. Simple, easy, cut and dry, straightforward. Now on to a different subject. For a little while now, I have been looking to get into a HOTAS system. I am not willing to spend money on a piece of crap that does not disconnect more than 6 inches apart, or willing to spend over $50 plus shipping and handling, or taxes depending, on a HOTAS system. So Logitech, I understand that you've bought out SciTech. Guys, you guys have a fantastic joystick that I've used for a while, known as the Combat 3. I know, or no, the Attack 3 or something like that. And I know that you've got more updated models of late, but it's within the same price bracket. Guys, I need you to build a HOTAS system off of this. Because there are people like me who aren't willing to spend more than $50 and aren't willing to get crap for $50. So, Logitech, please, I am a loyal Logitech fan. I have used Logitech every step of the way. I had Logitech headphones, but your headphones of late have been crap and you know it. Both of the Logitech headphones that I had, or headsets that I had, both broke in the same exact place for the same exact reason. I set them down too hard. And that is unacceptable. But beyond that, I have always turned to Logitech first. They always have the cheapest, most functional option available to me, all the way up to the most high-end option available to me. And I am a huge fan of Logitech. On top of that, Logitech, if you need somebody to do a review of a new product, or of anything, I know you don't need it, but I'm here if you want it. Fuckers never shut their windows. I don't get it. Shut your fucking windows. I mean, I haven't caught anybody of late, but still, shut your fucking windows, you fucking pervy ass bitches. Damn. Anyways, sorry for all the cussing. I just get frustrated with the fact that there's a hotel right there, and I regularly catch idiots over here, and nobody is willing to shut their damn windows. Anyways, guys, I want you to have fun. If you have any information you want to send my way, or anything, an appropriate response video to this would be doing a flight time video with your favorite fighter and seeing where you get and how far you go. And beyond that, once again, just have fun. Know that I love you guys, and let's try to keep Star Citizen going. I know there's been some word out lately that Star Citizen isn't doing so well. I call bullshit. Star Citizen is going to be something big, much bigger than it is now when we get to beta. So for right now, we need to do all that we can to support CIG and Star Citizen. See you guys later.